All right, people, good evening. It is July 28, 2025. We are live on Film Pros Podcast. Special guest today, Clinton Katz. I hope I said the name right. But for those joining, let me know if we're live, if you can hear me okay. If I sound like shit, it's because I'm trying out a new mic setup. If you don't like it, we'll go away with it. I'm gonna tweak a little bit on my ear. Hopefully that helps on your side. How's that? Hopefully that's better. All right, guys. Anybody in the comments? Let me know what you think, what you hear. If we're live, what's up, Trip Tana? How's the sound? I'm gonna be like Jason right now. What is the sound like? Thomas, what's up, baby? Can you guys hear me okay? We're doing you flashing. Why am I flashing, bro? I shouldn't be flashing. It might be my background. Hold on. All right, let's see if that's better. That should be better. Should be flashing. How's the sound? Stay in the background. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It should be solid now. You out the background. I'm in the background. All right, 40-incher. Sound is okay. All right. So then let's get this started. We'll see whenever Ryan comes back on. Music is lame. Is that better? I can actually change up the music now with this thing. Hold on, let me find some music. All right, Thomas, how's the music now, man? You like that music better? Crunk that beat. What's up? What's up? All right, so we got Mother Marion in here. Music is lame. I changed up the music while you're hating on me. Rico's in the house. I want to hear some T.I. Well, for legal reasons, you can't put T.I. on here, bro. So hopefully this helps. I'm gonna work on getting the official chats up. So give me a second. I shall be working in the background while you guys enjoy the new music. All right, so let's bring this up here. Let's put this there. All right. All right, so now I gotta do this screen here. All right, we back on. Comments are here. If anybody joins up on YouTube, we'll put this up on here. I don't have anybody on YouTube yet. So once YouTube is up and running, we'll go for that. Right now, we are Gucci with our comments. And then I do have my co-host finally woke up. Mr. Ryan, the ass in, is here. Welcome. Ryan's trying to all chest off on the podcast right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know why. I can barely hear you.
Can you really hear me?
I don't know if it will be my side.
I freaking had plugged my phone in like an hour ago.
There we go. That's probably why it was flashing more. Thomas, I didn't have my lights on, man. I was working in the dark. I see Ryan all crispy, and I'm like, okay, let's get this going. All right, I guess my mystery prize is going to remain a mystery. Yeah, it is, man. Loud and clear. Okay, so they're saying it's loud and clear, so it's just maybe me. I'm not hearing you that well. So that just might be on my end. What do you think about the music, man? I got some different music on today. Can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
Huh?
I can't hear it.
You heard it's invincible. Yeah, it's invincible.
Invisible.
Oh, you don't hear new music? Nobody hearing no music? Oh my God, it's only in my ear? Nothing is playing. That sucks.
The music, it's wonderful, I guess.
Damn it, Ryan. Thanks a lot. Okay, let me put...
There it is.
Take in this music and play it on here. I'm hearing this really nice ass music in my ear. I'm like, okay, woo, we got it working. But apparently it's not working. All right, so where are we at? All right, how about this? Can you all... Can you all hear that? Did you hear that at all?
I hear music. That's it.
That's it, just the music. You didn't hear nothing.
No.
Ah, God. I need to go at it again one more time.
You're still messing with your board?
You're on a better life, but still have the hood in you. We all hood in here, bro. Come on. Mother Mary says she can hear it now. So that's the normal music, Mother Mary. I was trying to hook it up with the better music, but I guess not. But anyways, cash is about to start spinning. No, thank you. All right, let's get our guest on. Without further ado, how you doing, Clinton? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hopefully you didn't fall asleep while you were in the background.
Man, look, the music, man, it's putting you to sleep. It is 8 o'clock at night, you know what I mean?
I hear you. All right, so Clinton, give us a little intro on who you are, whatever you want to share, and then we'll ask you some questions, man. How about that?
All right, sounds good. My name's Clinton Capps. I'm the owner of Outlaw Film and Style in Franklinton, North Carolina. Been window tinting professionally for 4 years. Was mobile for the last 3.5, and beginning of this year, I opened my shop up. Got away from mobile. I love it. I was a heavy diesel mechanic before this, and had a motorcycle wreck, and couldn't really do the work anymore. It kind of put a real hurting on my body, and I had been tinting on the side since I was young. My cousins across from where I grew up, they did vinyl wrap and graphics and window tint. And when I was little, I'd walk over there and watch them tint. And turned 15, started playing with film myself. And was not good at all. I was absolutely terrible at it. Back in the old days, from watching them and then getting on YouTube when it first started and watching videos, I just screwed it up 100,000 times till I somewhat figured it out. Then I was tinting for friends and family for a long time. Tinting was really what I did for fun on the weekends to make extra money. I did it to go on vacation, build cars. I'm a big car guy. I've had, God knows, probably 70 vehicles. I have a slight problem with cars, and I was doing it for a long time, and after the wreck, I was out of work for 6 months. I picked up tinting more in that 6 months, and I was making more money at home than I was in my day job. And when I went back to work and I was hurting so bad, I said, you know what, screw it. No money saved, no idea how to do a business. I was fortunate enough to have many friends that ran businesses and ran their own businesses that I sat down went to lunch and dinner with, and they gave me showed me just the entryway of what to do. I got with a CPA, talked to her about what I needed to do, and I've been doing this 4 years, and it's one of those fake it till you make it type things. I've just kind of been rolling with the punches since I started, but I really love it. I mean, I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back.
So you said officially 4 years. Is that you officially went mobile, or was that?
Yeah, that's when I started. That's when I got my LLC. Went mobile was. So I'm in northern North Carolina. I've been all over North Carolina and Virginia, all the way down to Fayetteville, South Austin, Virginia, all over the place doing cars, houses, and I do residential and commercial too. So all over the place. I opened my shop up right here, right near my home, back in February.
Nice.
Got away from mobile, and now everybody's got to come to me.
How do you like the transition between mobile and now having a shop?
Man, I was terrified at first. I was really terrified that I was going to lose all my customers and business was going to slow down. And, I thought I was going to lose it. But everybody told me, you get a shop, you get busier. And I don't know if it's just because it's unnaturally hot this year because it's like 110 degrees, but I'm busier than I've ever been.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Love that. So how old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, so you said you started playing with the 15 you were 15 years old, so you've been kind of playing with it for about 18, 19 years.
Yeah, it makes me sound really old when you say that.
I mean, you're not old. These two guys right here, we're old. You see all that gray hair? I mean, I try to hide some of my gray hair, bro, but yeah, Ryan, he don't mind. He's like, it is what it is.
Yep.
Battle scars, man. Battle scars.
So, what were some of the biggest challenges that you found when you transitioned into being full-time?
Oh, man. So I was very fortunate, I'll be honest with you, because I had done it on the side for years. When I made out a post that I was going full-time with it, I had so much support from people that I've tended for in the past. I'll be honest with you, to this day, I have not advertised other than Facebook, posting, taking photos of work and posting it. I've done a few small $100 Facebook ads here and there. I've never done Google SEO. I've never paid for advertising. And yeah, I get slow in the winter months just like anybody else does, but I have not got to the point yet being a single installer. I mean, summertime, I'm 3-4 cars a day. I mean, it's by myself. That's a lot. I'm not the fastest guy in the world. But probably the biggest challenges I had was, learning the business side of it, man. Tinting windows is the easy part of it. And then I said, but there's still cars that whoop your tail. I mean, I still get cars now that I've tinted 7, 8 of them, and I get one day that's just like, something's wrong with me. I'm off today. I'm a little on the side. I don't know what's going on, and I just can't get in my groove. But the biggest thing was learning all the business stuff, because there's so much people don't tell you. There's so much you got to figure out as you go along.
Mm-hmm. It just,
Right.
just keep in mind too, that happens to all of us, with the off days or it is sometimes not even a full off day. It might just be an hour or so or a window that just stumps you. I think one of the biggest things is figuring out how to make sure it's not a full off day. Just let that one window be your off window, but being able to turn that around like that's there's a special trick. I don't actually know what it is. For myself, I think it's just knowing that, or just accepting like, okay, it's just this window. You know what I mean? Like once I get this done, like kind of staying cool, calm, and collective. My dad always told me, sometimes, you're going to get to a point where you need to like step away, and come back with a clear mind.
Right.
Otherwise you're just gonna get yourself all worked up and not accomplish anything.
Luckily, I can do that now being in a shop because most of my customers now drop off and they don't wait. I do still get a lot of people that wait, and I don't have a waiting room. I just kind of put them at my desk and be like, "Hey, you can relax in my gaming chair and listen to music while I work." But when I was mobile, man, mobile really, I everybody talks down on mobile, but I would not be the winning tender I am today if I didn't do mobile, because having to go to people's houses, I can't, having people watch you. Like that's the biggest thing is when you go to somebody's house, they don't know you from Adam. You're going up there, you're tenting their car. They're watching you. They are not leaving your side. They're talking to you. I thought tent goes on the inside. It does go on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was mobile, it was at least 10 times a week.
Yeah.
Why you putting it on the outside? I have to mold it to the shape of the window. And I was hand cutting everything. And, they're like, you putting a blade on my car? I'm like, no, I'm using this. I mean, some cars I did, but I Sharpied a lot too, depended on the customer, whether they were there watching. It just depended on the situation and what kind of car it is, Luckily, I've never cut seals. I've practiced and practiced and practiced to make sure I won't cut somebody's car up. I cut a lot of my own cars back in the day, and my old shitbox cars that I had. That's really where it got me in this. I used to flip cars when I was 18, 19, 20, 21. I'd buy cars off of, well, back then it was Craigslist, $500, and I was mechanically inclined. I do, all the mechanical stuff I need, and everything looks better with tint. So I tint it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them out there with that Gilla bullshit on it, but that was back then.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. So you've been playing with tint for your personal cars for years.
Oh yeah.
So you like the Sharpie. You mentioned the Sharpie method. So how long you been doing the Sharpie method for?
Probably been doing the Sharpie method. So after probably my first 6 months in the business, so probably 3.5 years, I did everything, just put the blade on the carpet, for the longest time. And, I never really had too many slip ups because I wouldn't let the blade out. I'd put the blade up to it and then push the blade out to slide down. And I'd be real, real careful on everything. And I've knock on wood, to my knowledge, I've never scratched glass. Knock on wood.
That's something that Cash and I were actually just talking about today. Like how soft the newer glass is, man. Like,
I would not touch a Tesla for a long time. I would not touch them. I just recently started tinting Teslas, and I've tinted everything but the Cybertruck. Now I've tinted the 3, the X, the Y, the S. I've did a Model S Plaid, but I haven't touched the Cybertruck. Really don't have a desire to touch a Cybertruck. But I would not touch them for the long time because I didn't have a plotter. I was terrified of the glass. I didn't want to scratch them. I knew how fragile the cars were. I got a plotter last year. Never even plugged it in until I built my shop. Because plotting in mobile is just, if you don't have a trailer, I was doing everything out of the back of a Tahoe at first. Then I bought an old 2001 Astra van with 400,000 miles on it and drove it for a year and a half. And just making it work, man. I've never taken a look. Like I said, I started this, no money saved, no loans, cash flowed everything in the business. And that's why I'm in a little 24 by 24 shop. It's insulated, heated, and cooled now. It's a lot better than working in the 100 degrees that it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was going to be my next question, but Mother Marion also has a question. What was your day job before you went full time with tinting? I
So
believe you said you were a heavy duty mechanic.
yeah, I was a heavy diesel mechanic. So I worked
Heavy diesel.
for a long time. I worked for a little rock quarry right up the road, and I was there for a long time, working on everything from 990 loaders, concrete trucks, dump trucks, uh, pretty much anything heavy diesel. I did it for years and years. I went from there, went to Mac Volvo, worked at Mac Volvo for a while. The last job before I did this full time, I actually worked on four wheelers and side by sides. I did all the custom lift kits and audio and everything and all the side by sides. And I got away from that just because I had to work every Saturday. And now, since I started my business, I say that I've worked 7 days a week for 4 years. My friends get on me all the time. They're like, "Are you gonna ever take a day off?" I'm like, "Yeah, when I want to." I was like, but at the same point, when I'm working Saturdays and Sundays, I'm not working 8-10 hours. Most Sundays, I'll take one job, a set of front doors, or one full sedan. I'm done with it in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm gone. I'm the rest of my days my own.
I used to try to do that as well, and I would say that, but a lot of my customers up north, I go, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do this easy vehicle, and then the next thing you know, they're like, hey, you're here, I got 5 more. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
I can't tell you how now. I'll do when I was mobile, God, man, all the time. You get there, and I'd have to have everything. I mean, my Tahoe and I bought an F-150 last year, and they were loaded down. I mean, everything you think was in it, and I can't how many times I went somewhere, and it's discouraging to some customers because you get there and you're there to tint one car, and I've already got the rest of my day booked, and they're like, "Hey, can you do this, this, and this while you're here?" No, I can't. I don't want to push off these other customers. I hate being late. My grandfather raised me a certain way. If you're late if you're on time. I get everywhere 15 to 30 minutes early. I still have that same mentality. It don't go nowhere. And when I have customers that do that, it's just like, guys, I'll gladly come back. But like if my day's booked out, it's hard to do that. But the other thing is out here, I'm kind of in a rural area. Most of my jobs were 30 minutes to an hour apart. So, I mean, you're talking 4 hours of my day was driving.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's the common thing that we're seeing with a lot of mobile tinters is the biggest headache of mobile tinting is getting from one spot to another. Is wasting the time on traveling instead of time on working.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely understand that. Uh, Mobile jobs get disclaimers. Okay, well, I'm not sure. When you leave, it's done. All right. So, who was your biggest mentor or influencer when you were learning this trade? Do you
Matt
have
Blackman.
anybody that you really looked after and kind of followed or kind of leaned on?
So when I was first learning when I was younger, Matt Blackmer before his YouTube got big, he did a bunch of videos way back, 2010, 2011,
Right.
a bunch of his stuff. So I started two staging. I hate two staging now. I bottom load everything. It's just personal preference. And I watched a bunch of his stuff, and then when I got into business, I really didn't know anybody. Luckily, a few years ago, Carlos Rosario from Alpha Brothers, his shop is about 20 minutes from me, 15, 20 minutes. He invited me to his Tentapalooza. I was extremely surprised that he invited me, and they welcomed me with open arms. I mean, I met Dustin Gonzalez. I met a bunch of guys, Doug Lane, a bunch of guys. Yeah, I think I saw you there as well.
Yep.
And I met a bunch of people, and it was the greatest feeling in the world to realize that, I'm just now entering this industry, and they welcome me with open arms, answered questions, and me and Carlos talk all the time. I mean, we get a lot of the same customers back and forth, and he is helpful as he can be all the time. He never talks down to me. He never makes me feel like I'm stupid. He's been great.
He's a good guy. I like him, man.
He is. I think a lot of them. His wife is just as nice as she can be too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're good people. Actually, he's coming down as well for the training.
Yeah, he told me. He said, "I see you signed up." He's like, Me. What's his new guy? Tony, his new guy.
Yeah,
He said we're coming down too. I said, "Cool, great. I'll see y'all
yeah,
there."
yeah.
So, Clinton, first of all, I gotta end the interview because Dustin Gonzalez. That says everything. And the funny thing is, Dustin's not on the live today. That's surprising. But no, man, it's amazing what you can learn and network off of these events, right? So you attended the event last February at the shop. I know you were one of the guys that also talked about, the time wasn't enough to kind of take in all the information because it was a 1 day thing. So, and you're one of the first few people to sign up for this event when you heard it. Why is that? So, like, one of the main questions a lot of people has been asking is like, why do I want to go attend an event in person when I can see everything on YouTube?
It is not the same online. It is not the same online. I don't care what nobody says. I learned window tinting through watching somebody on YouTube and then getting my hands dirty with it. And there was so much I did not know that I had to learn the hard way, which I'm hard headed and I got to learn everything the hard way anyway. But so much I didn't know until I got with other tenants. And, as a mobile guy, I couldn't hire nobody. It was just me. And I've never working in a shop before, never really being around it other than myself until I got in front of guys who've been doing this for years and years and years. I didn't realize how stupid I was to everything in the industry. I mean, it's the little techniques you pick up that make all the difference in the world. It's not the big stuff. It's not deep cleaning the window. It's not shrinking the film. It's the little minute techniques that make your life so much easier doing it.
Isn't that the golden gem right there? Like the secret sauce is that little touch. Like you see everybody do it, but once you learn that secret sauce, it makes it amazing that, oh my god, this makes a big difference. Now,
Oh yeah.
we got Justin in here asking questions about a Model 3 back window full size. And I know Ryan just replied 60-inch roll, shrink it sideways. I like the pipe too. I start the roll from the bottom up, so under the film. Some of the interior roof will be tight in random areas. You can drop pillars. So dropping pillars is a little funny, especially with the little tab on the side. Be careful with that. Um, yes, if you're doing a full roll, full back window, you should have a 60-inch. If you're gonna pre-cut it, make sure you leave both sides some extra room for pole shrinking. Pole shrinking is gonna be your best method. Take it slow, work it evenly across. Don't just focus on one area. And I mean, Ryan can probably add in some stuff. Clinton sounds like he's got some, Model 3s under him. We've done a whole bunch of Model 3s with the full windows. Lately, we've been focusing more on just half, just because it's less time consuming, cost is less. We're not having to use a 60-inch roll, so I don't gotta hit you on the head with the price.
I'm the
Plus,
same way. I've
plus,
done two of them full window. Most of my customers around here, I'm doing half because I tell them the difference in the price and they want the cheaper price.
Yeah.
yeah. So, roof's more of a pain. Roof's more of a pain because of like how much you gotta tuck under. Like that's the biggest problem on the Tesla is you gotta know you gotta have the pattern right. Most patterns are slightly large in my opinion. Like if I was doing it, I would take the if pre-cutting it, I would take the patterns back just a little bit, because it's not gonna be seen. You're still gonna be able to get it underneath it, still give it great coverage, but you're just not gonna fight it.
Well,
Most
that
patterns that you put on there, you're gonna run into where one part is just not gonna lay down all the way, and half the time you have to slightly trim it in there, and the trim it under that is just, it sucks. Hand cut the
it's so
roof,
hard
yeah, there's
because
another option.
there's so many inconsistencies though.
Yep.
That roof, one on one car, the roof could have an inch gap on the passenger side. And if you cut that short, then the driver's going to see it, like, and then on the other side, it could be tight, or in one car, the other side would be a big gap. They're just so inconsistent. That's what I was talking about in that type 2 on the Model 3. Once you get up close to the roof there, some of those parts, the film's going to slide right underneath there in your finger can go. In another spot, the film won't go at all, because it's right against the glass. It's just, if they were all at least consistent, then you'd know what you're working with. But, you never know. In one car, you'll have spots where it's touching or it's big gaps. And that's that. For me, I think that's the hardest part with those things.
Justin, few questions for you. I like that the boss bid it high. One, what is your timeline on it? Do you have enough time to play with it, mess up, and recover?
Yeah.
Two, are you pre-cutting this, or are you hand cutting this? Are you bulking it? And then what size roll are you using, especially for that big back window?
Mm.
Those are going to be your main questions. I like the price point where you at. That sounds like it's a good price if you're just doing all the car full roof with the sunroof. Hopefully, that's not including the front windshield. If it's including the front windshield, we like to charge decent amount on front windshields. I'm okay on the sides and the back, but the front windshield, man, our focus is always to give you a great job on that, and we want to charge extra for it, just because there's a lot more coverage you got to do. There's more stuff that you have to worry about. The prep is more, and you have to be more careful. And the littlest thing, we'll have to redo it.
Right
Um,
there, what Rico said too. Don't rush the first one. That's for
yes,
sure. Especially like Cash mentioned it too. That shrink. You don't rush it. Work from side to side, because it's so easy when you're coming to the end, especially in the top there, to overheat it. So work it a little bit. Go to another spot. Let it cool down. Otherwise, you'll spend all this time shrinking, and then just to have that corner shrivel up, and you have to start over again.
Ask me how I
yeah,
know. Did it.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we all done it. Look.
Yeah.
Well, I asked what if he's plotting or not plotting, because here's the other thing. When I was plotting, I cut the damn thing the wrong way. Didn't realize
Oh yeah. Yep.
full shrinking needed to be, up and down, not side to side. And on that 60-inch roll, it lets you kind of cut on it. And I'm like, damn, I know I'm doing this right. Why the hell is this film messing up? And it cost me good money because I wasted, some film on it. I'm like, dude, I know what I'm doing. This is not how it works. And then I realized that the patterns needed to be turned to be able to do the pole shrinking on the top and bottom side of the film. So it depends. I think a lot of software is kind of adjusting right now, but just be careful on that, man. Just make sure. That's why I like the China marker, man. China marker is great, so it doesn't confuse you. You mark it which way it is, you go to it. I'm not 100% sure what all is being tinted. I know roof for sure. Okay. Well, like I said, the roof, the biggest thing on that is just take your time, make sure the pattern, is not large. If you're hand cutting, great. If you're using a pattern, I would suggest snipping away a little bit on the pattern. You still be fine. We'll be using flex film, Panaflex for the film. So let's get this out of the way. Hand cut or plotter? Because everybody's waiting on your comments now, Justin. Everybody's focused on like what's going on here. How can we help this guy out tomorrow for his Model 3?
From my experience with the Model 3 back windows, at least adapt patterns, they've been great. Now, as far as the sunroofs and stuff, that's where you get, you know, that's where it can get a little bit funny because just and like we were saying, it's mainly because of those freaking panels just not sitting right.
Well, it's the panels, it's the damn glue, it's like so many little things. Like we've had the same problem with the Y. Remember, like we get the Y all lined up, and then at the
Yeah,
angle you can see that little damn gap, and like what the hell? Like
yeah,
it looks
that's
so
what I mean. That
perfect. We
that
got it,
that
you
one of your
know.
buddies, because
Yeah, I remember on the red
his
Model
passenger
Y.
side had more of a gap than normal, and you could see it from sitting in the driver's seat, and you shouldn't have been able to.
I just told
Well,
him
I
no
mean,
more,
you
man.
just think about the Tesla doors. I mean, they're just all over the place. I mean, it's no surprise that the windshields and the back glasses are way off.
So he's gonna hand cut it. So there he
Yeah,
goes. He said he used Tint Tech. So just look, dude. The biggest thing I can tell you is take your time. Tell your boss that you need that freaking full day or as much time as possible on it to work on it. If you fail on the first shrink, don't fucking overstress it. Don't overthink it. Take a break. If you smoke, go smoke real quick. Go use the bathroom. Drink some water. Come
yeah.
back and
You
take it slowly.
maybe go to a easier window for a minute and like get a
Yes.
little wind. That can change your perspective a little bit. You hit that one back window and it works really well. Get your spirits up. Maybe then go back and try it.
So he booked it for full day. Awesome. You got a smart boss. I like that. Um, First battle, the shrink, then the layout, another battle. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was just gonna say that Rico's right on point. So my suggestion would be is you shrink it first, let that shit cool down, go do the doors, come back, and then do that window. Now maybe you do two doors and come back and lay it down. Because what we like to do is we like to get the back window in first, just so that if there needs to be any kind of touch up that needs to be done, it's sitting there for a little bit. You can come back and you can touch it up while you go work on something else.
So,
It
hey,
could also
Cash.
be that you do the back window, you do two doors, you come back, do the back window. You shrink it, then you lay it, and then you go do the sunroof and then the other doors. Just be careful with the front doors. The front doors by the speakers. When you gotta slide it in, that's always got that pinch. And some pinches are more harder and stiffer than others, even when you take out the outside seal. So hopefully you're taking out the seal on the outside and make your job a lot easier. Honestly speaking, on the back doors, you don't really need to take the seals out. We still do it anyways. The front doors is really where you need to take those outside seals out. Your life will be a lot easier. If you
Vernon's right
please
too.
just finish shrinking so you get the hang of it. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We had this happen on Saturday. So Aaron was shrinking a windshield and he does the one bottom quarter and he's great. Top corner he messes up and Roger Mann was there too. And then I'm like, oh shit. And he goes like, oh Cash, you walked in, I fuck up. Like you jinxed me. And I'm like, damn, I was about to just say, Aaron, you're killing it. And then all of a sudden he top, like you said, Aaron, Ryan, top right corner, like he did it right at that corner and it was just inside the cut line. So the other side was like not done. I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to practice torch. Let me grab my torch. I get the torch bottom down super fucking easy. I get to the top and I burn the film right by the edge again, just like what he did on the other side. But I did it now with the torch because I didn't give it even distance on it. Plus, I think I need to go get the torch, the bigger face for it, like Fernan and Eliu has used. I think Shanji's said he's gone through like 8 of them to find the right one. So I'm gonna have to go visit Home Depot a few times. But take
What
your time.
size PVC do we have there? Is that quarter or half inch?
Oh, I think it's I want to say it's a half inch. I don't think it's a quarter.
I like that. That works pretty good. And
Yeah,
then
that
the
PVC we
width,
got is perfect.
the width you have it cut so it fits in the bottom skinny part of
Yes,
the window too. And then,
yes,
yeah, that works really well.
yes. So boss taught me that when I started tinting, the only window I haven't been able to get so far is the windshield on a 2000 Silverado. Wasted 5 pieces of ceramic trying to get it.
They
Uh,
can be tricky, man. They definitely
yeah,
can,
those Chevys, man, they'll get
especially if
you.
it's aftermarket.
Oh yeah, the
The
aftermarket's worse than the factory.
Yeah. Yep.
man, I've had the bad luck on a buddy of mine brought his Silverado. I wasted the first film. I did the second one, took my time, got it down. Everything was clean, installed it, perfect fucking install. Uh, I go to pull the stoke rope, and the damn bottom lifts up. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh
I've had
my
that happen before. I
god.
know exactly what you're talking about.
I
So
had
yeah,
when I was up north last week, I had to do that generation Silverado windshield too, and my buddy had tried it when I wasn't there. So he told him to come back when I when I was there. I saw him pull in. I was like, "You getting a windshield?" He said, "Yep." And I looked in the corner, and it said Fuego. That's my least favorite aftermarket one too. I'm like, and it had a visor, and I was like, "Listen, I'm not even going to try it if you don't let me take the visor off." I got to pull it to the top of that, and they're like, "Yeah, go ahead, go ahead." I was like, "Shit," but
You're like,
I've
please
done
say
enough
I'm
of
not
them.
taking it off, so I don't have to mess with it.
Yeah. I've done enough of them that I don't have many issues anymore. I know exactly like kind of which way to go, but every now and then I'll have one. I'll like end up burning the side because especially the aftermarket ones, it's hard to get the top and bottom to go. I feel like they have like a weird flat spot in the center.
They curve in and like cup themselves at the very
Yeah,
top. The
yeah,
factory glass don't do that. The
yeah,
aftermarket does.
yeah.
I've noticed that on those.
Mm-hmm.
older Silverados. Yep, that's what
Yes.
they're talking about.
Yep.
Silverados, the Avalanche, same shit. Um, big ass, stupid ass windshields.
Yeah.
That's pretty much about it. Yeah, that's pretty much about sums it up. All right, let's go back to our questionnaire. So you attended last February. You're looking forward to this one here. Why? So the people that maybe thinking that they want to come, maybe on the edge of should I go, should I not go? What made you want to come to this one and be part of it?
So it's the networking. Honestly, the networking's part of it. The other part of it is just the you look at the people who are doing the training, like the guys who are signed up to do the training. Sean G, his one tip last year on the charger back glasses has saved my tail more than anything else. His tip on how he cleans it and how he squeegees it, and it makes all the difference. I had since that class, I have only had one challenger give me a pink peanut, and it was one tiny peanut, one. And I've done multiple Chargers, Challengers, 300s, Mustangs, and I do Mustangs all the time, and never get peanuts. But like
Hard
the
for me.
networking is the biggest thing. I got a buddy I met down there. He's out of Wilson. His name's Daniel, and I've worked side by side with him multiple times. And I never would have met him if I didn't come down there to it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've met, and it was crazy. Is the last event? There was a bunch of us from North Carolina there. A bunch of
Yeah.
us from North Carolina were there, and I met a bunch of the guys, and I still talk to them regularly. So, like
Well,
for
that's
me,
why we're calling it not only training but also mentorship. So the mentorship is not only between you and the trainer, but it's also between you and the other attendees, other students. Because just like what you're just saying right now, and that was a 1 day event. Now this is going to be 2 day event. This is going to be, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like it's going to be like we're trying to make you into a couple as fast as possible. And that's really what it is. It's aligning you up with the right minded people like yourself. We're just what we just really were talking about right now with the Model 3, where you get to do it there in person. You get to try out some of the stuff. You get to network. You get to be able to call these people when you're in need. So, and you can also nine nine out of 10 times either get help right there or get on a FaceTime or a video call and you figure things out. And that I think is worth the biggest value of it all. And then, like you were talking about earlier, the business aspect of it. That's the bigger thing that we're trying to promote now is that we want you to understand the business aspect of it. We want you to understand CRMs. We do want you to be able to work with plotters and know how a general plotter set up, issues, plotting, software usage, all that stuff. How is that done? What you can, get from one to another, how you can shrink a pattern, how you can expand a pattern, how you can maximize your cut on a roll. Those are the things that will save you in a lot of headache in money. Those are the things that I think we're trying to bring in on top of the hands-on training is that the business aspect.
And that's great, and that's really what a lot of people need. I mean, me again, hardhead over here. I saw Core at your event. They were up there showing, uh, talking with Daniel and Carlos. They both use it, and I got Core, and I have a little US Cutter SC2, and probably wasted an entire box of film trying to get that thing set up because I didn't know what the hell I was doing and watching videos on YouTube and yeah, wasted a good bit of film getting it set up, but now I got it running great. But another thing I'm gonna say just for everybody, don't cheap out on your plotter. I wish I would have bought a nicer one. Don't get me wrong, it works great. It works, but I got to babysit the hell out of this thing. If I don't think about it, it'll cut just fine. And it'll have no problem. It'll track just fine. It'll do everything you want it to do. If I even think about it messing up, I better watch it because it's gonna come off. It's gonna come off and go crazy.
What you got? Workhorse 2?
I have a US Cutter SC2.
Oh, SC2, about the same thing. So I agree with you. I started out with the Workhorse, and I'm now up with GraphTech. I love the damn GraphTech. There's definitely so much easiness using GraphTech. There is almost no calibrating the thing on every cut. Like you kind of set it up and you forget about it for a little bit until it starts messing up after a while, and then you're like, damn it. And then you realize the other plotter, how much headache you had to do it. You had to set it up almost every time. And you're like, yeah, I'm okay with it. It's okay. Like lately, we were using this thing for a while, and it's it's going through the cut and it's starting to slightly mess up an area. All I had to do was turn it quarter deeper. Man, nothing. But that's where your money really counts. Is you got to invest in it, in yourself. Invest in heard the new FC9000 giving people issues. I don't know what you heard, bro, but I've got FC1000s for the last 3.5, 4 years. I love it. Works great. The only issue it gives you is that you occasionally got to change the blade. Use the good materials on it, you won't have those problems. But I just bought another FC 9000, and just because I want to now separate the PPF plotter and the tint plotter, we have a large table. Want to put one on this side and one on the other side, so that way we can utilize without having to change the blade, because that happens with us occasionally. We'll go cut PPF and forget it's the tint blade, or vice versa. We'll do PPF and then we're gonna do tint, and we forget to change the blade. What's change the setting or what change the blade? It's one or the other. So I just want to kind of like, okay, hey, let's just have another one just because we have a larger facility to kind of do that. But anyways, smart money, invest in smart things that will make your job easier. 100% agree with you. Haven't had any of my customers complain about the FC9000. Same here. Yeah, so yeah, Brian's right on point. Once you kind of know what you're working with, and that's the same thing what we're talking about in the class is like we're gonna give you the information how to kind of relate to your plotter because once you know how to work some plotters, how to address some of the issues, you're gonna know what to do with yours because it's gonna be just like tinting a window. Once you know the process, I got a used one, Marion. I got it on a deal. If you got any used ones, FC 9000 160, hit me up. I want the 9000s 160s. I don't want the babies. No 40 inches trip. He knows what that means. But yeah, no. 9000 160, the big boy, because I'd rather spend the money one time and not have to worry about whether I got to cut a Tesla back window roof and use a 60-inch. Then 4500 used twice. Nice. That's a good deal, man. 4500 on 86. 160. Nice. Nice, Rico. So, what are you looking forward to on this event, Clinton?
Honestly, working on my cleanliness. Like I've got nothing but 5-star reviews, but I am hypercritical of myself.
We
Like
all are.
little speck in the back glass, it's industry standard. I don't care. It drives me insane. It drives me nuts. And and I have cars where I'll have one speck. Okay, cool. I can deal with that. If I got more than two specks in the back glass, and I'm starting to get like, what's going on? What am I doing? What am I doing? And my door windows are always great. My windshields and my back glasses. That's the big thing. The cleanliness of them.
Yeah, I remember
You
that from
know,
your comment when you said that. We definitely gonna work on some of that stuff.
yeah. That and the camaraderie, just being around other tenors and talking a little shit and laughing, having a good time, and
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of that.
picking up
Guarantee that.
the little techniques is what matters.
Yep, 100% agree with you. 100% on that, man. I am looking forward to it. We're almost at that 1 hour. I think we should throw up the wheel, Ryan. What you think?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
All right, so we'll throw up the wheel. I got some hats to give out today, so we'll do that. I guess we'll do one hat and one mystery box. Yeah. Rico, Tony South is now making these blade holders that are magnetic, like the holder's magnetic, so it sits on top of the plotter, and then you can put up to I think 6 or 8 holders in there. You can put up a couple blades in there. Knives in there, red dots, and there's a slot for something else. I forget, and he can also put your logo on there. So he's made a really nice one. I think I posted it a while back, but he's got my logo on mine. It sits on the plotter and it holds multiple blades. We usually just use a Sharpie to write down on it, tint or PPF. But once I have that second plotter set up, I really just gotta not worry about that. Oh, I think seeing that. Yeah, that's neat. It is definitely neat. So Fernand's got all the toys. Those mystery gifts are a mystery for sure. Hell yeah! Once you get that mystery, you're gonna be happy, man. Trip wins too many times. That's his biggest complaint is that he wins too many times. Somebody's got to beat Trip out of winning all the damn time. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so I'm putting the wheels name on the wheels. Put your names in the comment if you want your name to be up there, and we'll get that started. Let me see here. Share window. There we go. All right. Bill is here. Bill, I got you. Look at that. Dustin all of a sudden shows up. I need a win. Yeah. Justin, I got you. Brian, I got you. Wayne, I got you. If I start cutting wino, I will need another holder for a 45 for PPF. Yeah, I mean, those holders are great, man. Rico, I'll put you up here. Marion, I got you. Rico winning today. There you go. There is Justin Gonzalez in the time for the giveaway, right? Isn't that how that is? Trip. We shouldn't really put Dustin up there just because he came in just for the prize. I have red sand. Fernan and look, Ryan was really beat up as well too. Been pouring sweat after work, like my hat was sweating. It's been crazy these last couple days, couple weeks. Dustin, you're still working on that house? Dusting shouldn't be allowed. That's up to you guys, man. No comment on my end. Anybody else that needs to be on the wheel, let me know. Hey, Ryan, looks like he's still in a food coma from Vegas. I mean, Ryan is having a hard time coming back from Vegas, bro. He's tired.
Shit, I would too. I don't know if I want to come back from Vegas.
Dude, what they did an all-day flight there. They partied hardy, then they went out the next day and rode hard, and then almost full day on it's like a 5 hour flight, man. But the extra getting to the airport, driving home for 45 minutes or an hour. I mean, Atlanta to Atlanta is 2 hours most of the time. You know,
Atlanta traffic is no joke. I went down there last year for your event, and I'm glad I'm the type to leave early because I got stuck. Good God.
Well, so this time here, you'll have some traffic coming in on Friday night if you're coming in Friday night. But usually traffic is heading out. So by the time you're coming in, you shouldn't hit any traffic. And then, Sunday night, there's no traffic, man. I mean, shoot. We're going to finish up Sunday a little late. So by the time we're done, if you're heading that Sunday night, you should be fine, man. All right. You don't have to do that, Mother Marion. What is Mother Marion is doing? Free training or no Dustin? What did Mother Marion don't have to do? What?
She said if she wins, it goes to Justin.
Hey, Ryan, looks like he's still in a food coma. Bro, my head hurts from how much I've been sweating nonstop. Damn. The house, my new and old truck. What are you doing, Dustin? I really have red sand Tanny brought from Utah. Oh, okay. Come visit. Let's play. After bringing all an ATO, well, I've learned to bring snacks and drinks. I like that. I'm the same way. Ryan knows I have to stop at a gas station and get some corn nuts and a drink, man. Like driving in Atlanta is no joke. All right, anybody else? Tomorrow's 116 degrees. Oh, good God. It's going to be 97, which feels like 120 here in Atlanta. All right, guys. Anybody else wants to be on the wheel? Last call.
Unacceptable. We're going to go to bed.
Hey, when I do this, do you guys hear anything?
I hear you clicking a button, I think.
Yeah, clicking.
Sounds like I'm just pushing a button. That's it?
Yeah.
That sucks, man. It's supposed to have these sounds effects with this thing. I'm about to throw this back at you, Amazon.
You're like, what?
One of the sound effects you did earlier worked. I don't know what's different now.
I know, right? You said it worked.
Yeah,
that was funny.
When we were before it started, when we were testing everything, I could hear it.
You don't hear none of that.
I did.
Damn it! How did I do it earlier? That makes no sense. Anyways, anywho's, it was so Humid today. I actually shut the door and turned the AC on in the shop. Wait, you don't turn the AC on typically? You lucky bastard.
No, 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 no. That part of the reason I got a shop. I've got AC. It can't keep up in this heat, but it's still better than nothing. I feel for all the mobile guys out there right now because that was this year has been rough. It's too hot.
All right, we're spinning this for the hat. All right, Wayne, you get the hat. I'll shuffle more, and then we'll do a mystery one. Hell no. I better not have land on trip. Go to Rico. Hey, Rico. All right, Rico, you got a mystery. And who was the first winner?
You said Wayne. Is that Woodman?
Yep, Wayne Woodman. All right. Blackout one. Okay, Wayne, you got a blackout one. I got you. I'll give you on request this time. Yeah, Trip, you were so close, bro. It's too bad, too sad. This is what you get for talking shit on the show. He's gonna call me tomorrow and cuss me out. I know it. Anyways, it's all good. All right, guys. Any other questions, concerns you guys want us to answer? Clinton is gonna be at the class, so if you guys gonna come join, hang out with this dude. There's gonna be a lot of good people there. There's gonna be great collaboration going on. There's gonna be a good amount of training going on. It's definitely worth it. If you don't spend money on yourself, you're doing yourself unjust because you're limiting your growth. That's all I'm gonna say on that. At $299, you're getting a $3,000 package for $299, which is 10% of what the actual cost is. There's gonna be goodie bags. There's gonna be film. There's gonna be classes. There's gonna be training hands-on. There's gonna be a lot of good stuff. So it's up to you whether you want to come in. We still have some slots available. If you want to get with me, send me your information, and we'll get this locked in for you. Clinton, last words you got for the viewers, bro?
Oh man, you just said, dude, $299. That's the reason I jumped on it. When I saw the price, I was like, there's these guys that go to these schools and pay $1,500, for a day, or $3,000 for whatever for 3 days or what they do. And half the guys go out there and can't do nothing. Yeah, this is advanced. This is for guys who already know what they're doing. But for networking, to learn these little tricks, to learn little subtle stuff, and the business class alone, I mean, I know everybody, some people got different backgrounds. Some guys know how to run business. Some people don't. I've been doing this 4 years. Somehow I ain't been to jail yet, so obviously I ain't doing too bad. But it's worth every bit of three. That's the reason
Hey man,
you
don't
posted it at $299. I was like,
you have not been in jail. That will actually be looked upon down upon you, because a lot of guys have been in jail, and you're the one of the very few. Because guess what? That's what I get looked down upon, as Cash has not been into jail. So,
so I'm gonna make it worse on myself. When I was 20, I worked at the prison. I was a CO.
oh damn.
Yep, did it for a year.
You mean you are a correction officer?
Was.
Okay, was. All right. So right now we have 12 students signed up. There's a couple more that are considering. We're gonna cap it off at 24 students because we want to make sure that we have more one-on-one available. Trainer to student, because we don't want more than a couple of students per trainer. Trying to keep that cap down, so we're not trying to bring on too many students, but like I said, this is going to be close, more intimate, one-on-one, hands-on. That means that you come into this thing here, you getting a lot more access to the trainers, to be able to talk to them, have them make a unique set out for you the training that you want, because when it's a larger class and there's only one trainer or two trainers, they're only going to cover certain things. They're not going to cover what's your concern. The whole reason why we're trying to bring in 6 to 8 trainers and bring in only 18 to 24 students is I want to make sure at any time I don't have more than 3 students per trainer. And that's official trainers like Ryan, Saints, Sean G, Dustin Gonzalez, Dustin Hall, Marco Cozzolo, the film trainer. These are all top-notch industry leaders, trainers. That Juliana, what's up? That's been in this industry, that knows how to train people, that know how to address your concerns. Now, there's going to be me. There's going to be Trip there. There's going to be Thomas there. There's gonna be we have somebody else. I forget. Dang, I'm bad with the names right now. But these are admins and stuff. Tim Wiz is gonna be there. Tim Wiz is sending somebody to train. Tim Wiz is sending somebody to record. We are gonna be having a video guy recording this stuff. So there's gonna be a lot of the content that's gonna be available as well too. But this is something that we really have worked a lot, thoughts and strategy into it. Like say Clinton, one of the reasons I brought him on is because when he said, "Hey man, I want to get on," I was like, "Hey man, you were at the last event. What do you thought about it? I loved it. I want to be back on." Right? That was like your words. And I'm like, "Can I get a testimonial from it?" He's like, "Yeah, whenever." I'm like, "Well, let's do a show," and he's here, and that's why. Yeah, we're gonna be covering. I don't know if we're gonna be doing Frankenstein, but reverse roll, bottom loading, everything that comes into advance, whatever people are looking forward to. So some of the requests I've got is like clean install, faster install, tips and tricks on hand cutting, shaving, filing. We're gonna definitely cover front windshield, back windshield. Shanji is gonna bring that charger back window again, like he did on the last one. He's gonna talk about that technique again. So it's gonna be all that plus. And then we are gonna have a speaker for marketing, business. We're gonna do a P&L class. We're gonna talk about, like I said, CRM. We are gonna talk about plotters and that stuff as well. So we'll have breakfast. We'll kick it off at 7:30 a.m. to 8 o'clock. Will be breakfast. 8 to 9 is going to be our intro, so we all know each other when we come in. We're going to take an hour to get to know each other. I don't want to rush anything. I want everybody to know each other's name. I want to know everybody's like a brief history of who they are, what they are, so they can really I don't know about what Rico was talking about, but threw me off a little bit. Anyways, but that's where it's going to be. So we're going to do a little hands-on, then we're going to do some brain work with the classroom, then we're going to go back to hands-on, back to classroom. So it's going to be one of those things where we are going to make the most of each day. So So it's going to be really, really impactful 2 days at the facility. And it's going to be at Miller's new location, which is freaking phenomenal. If you guys hadn't seen the video that me and Ryan did when we went out, visited that a few weeks ago, that place is freaking amazing, man. So can't wait. If you miss it, you miss it. That's on you. That's what I can say. But anyways, Clinton, thank you so much, brother.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
Look forward to seeing you in like 2.5 weeks?
Almost. Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, man.
It's not far.
We're talking about Diddy again? Like, what the heck, man? Who's bringing the baby oil? All I see is Diddy.
You can't put a bunch of tenors in one chat because we just like...
I mean, this is the hardest thing about this podcast stuff is, bro. Like we're having a serious conversation, and then we get comments like nipples and
Nipple
titties
tassels.
and panties and Diddy. Like it's like, what the heck? But anyways, Rico, are you gonna confirm with you and your girl coming or not? Let me know, bro. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm done. Ryan, you got any last words?
No, I'm good, I guess.
All right.
Good talking to you
Have a
again,
great night,
Clinton.
guys.
We'll see you in a couple
Deal.
weeks.
Yep. See y'all in just a little while.